Hi guys, this is Emnel, and we are back playing Stellaris. As promised, at the start of this episode we will rant a little bit about essential packs. So the ones we've picked so far have been, well, very utilitarian, basic and uninspired. But, well, we are kind of forced into it by circumstance. First one, not really, but I think that it paid for itself tremendously with, you know, the amount of planets we had. If we had to pay for all the tile clearing we were doing, and as well as research, that we wouldn't be nearly in such a good income situation as we are, because, well, for the longest time we've been spending every little bit of mineral and energy that we had to continue, you know, expanding in terms of economy. So that was a great choice. Technological Ascendancy, it's a, you know, solid workhorse, and yeah, we do need to at least keep up, if not get better technologically than our powerful enemies to stand a chance. So that was a bit of a must, and this is a similar choice. Basically we need, as you can see, naval capacity, very much so. We are actually running out of it, and taking core sector system, this is a way of getting it well, to lesser extent than getting, which one is it, Ascendance, Void Vow, not with this one. Galactic Force Projection. This would just give us flat 200, which is of course better. As you can see, we get 221 out of all those planets, although 3 of them have shitty spaceports. But this way we get also get to get resources from 5 additional planets. The reason I'm not really keen on giving those planets out to the sectors is, your best bet for giving planets to the sectors is planets that have been thing is that if you have a planet in a sector, you can only get 75% of its mineral and energy production. The rest of it is stays with the sector and is basically pointless. It's never gets used in any useful manner, so that's just a waste. And with the way we're expanding, and the needs that we have, we couldn't really sacrifice 25% of our income from various places. Also, well, then you cannot build them properly, and so on and so forth. It's an issue. It's not an issue if you are giving up fully fledged research planets, or I believe food planets, to the sectors, because they will continue to provide 100% of that anyway. So, but since we didn't have any of those, I wasn't keen on having that. So having core sectors, I think, is a good idea early on, because we, in the situation we need max efficiency right now to even stand a chance I don't remember being in such a shitty situation where 2 most powerful empires gang up on me. So yeah. Now, as we mentioned earlier, like, our main goal in this series is to do engineered evolution, and then evolutionary mastery, and change our species a little bit, make it better, which I would say is mediocre, at least. Like, out of the big 3 or big 4, let's say, which is becoming robots, transcending, becoming master builders. This one is the shittiest one, really, but that's only theory, so perhaps it's better than I think it is, so we are going to stick with that. However, we may end up to actually need to take Galactic Force Projection to be able to stand up to our enemies, which will once again postpone our use of engineered evolution. We have 5 packs left to pick, so we will still do those, but perhaps not as a 4th and 5th, but as 5th and 6th. And the last 2 or 3 we will use for building superstructures, which are an interesting things. habitats would be actually quite great for us right now, that they would allow us to very efficiently gain massive amounts of research of all types. So that would be amazing. And superstructure aspect are also very nice. Sentry array is particularly useful to allow us to basically see all of our very immediate surroundings in the galaxy, and once you totally once you upgrade it to the max, you basically have a sensor view of all of the galaxy, to the point that you can check every ship, what they are doing, where they are, what are their builds, I mean, what equipment the ship has. Well, basically, you have sensor view and everything, which is a very powerful thing. And, well, Dyson Sphere, not so, it's okay. Science Nexus is okay. So, but we cannot really go this way yet, because we are yet to get access to those techs, like deep space installations on the in the engineering section, but perhaps soon enough. So that's our goal for now. All right. In the previous episode, I forgot we want to actually resettle some of those units. So let's send one to Jampron or Yampron. We're going to send him here, I guess. Yep, and resettle one pop. That will give us 10 pops here with one building being built, and another one we're going to resettle from here. Well, of course, like the reason we are resettling is because if we are not, we are wasting the growth on those planets, and we need more growth. I think we're going to resettle them here. For the time being, so this planet will be a bit closer to becoming a fairly sustained one. Let's put a proper governor here, and now we can upgrade this. Yeah, so that's basically the goal. As for Heatram, I've picked Heatram because it's like closer to the bits of this territory that we want to merge after we colonize this thing. So we want this to rise to prominence a bit quicker. Okay, so it hasn't started hatching another pop quite yet. Yeah, there it is. Are all our things doing something? Yes, they are. Well.
System survey complete. Construction complete. Tile blocker cleared.
Alright, so we finished constructing here. Those aren't there yet. Well, I guess we can build mining stations around here and later around it here. Yeah, that's about right. Is this in our range yet? It is not. Or you can, if you like have enough, you just hover over and it says this system is not claimed by another empire. And if we see here, lies within Iris Empire space. Actually, been doing that a lot, but I never mentioned it. And you, well, I guess you are going there. Oh, that's a lot of things. And anomaly found. Okay, I already sent an order. Alright, I think it's about time to actually destroy this thing. I'll probably send you there first and only then to continue, since you're on the way. It hasn't actually shrank, which is okay. And if we click that, so there's a risk that if we destroy this right now, well, first of all, we will have to build 5 physics on it, build a station on it to get 5 physics, and secondly, we'll probably lose this little planet, possibly even this if they protrude hard enough. So I'll actually, well, first of all, I will leave it till we have actually a constructor nearby, and secondly, I will leave it for a little longer, waiting for Trappist to become a bit bigger. And to the asteroid, would that be? Oh, not bad. Oh, another thing that we want is to build a frontier clinic right there. There you go. Probably more tile blocking after that, tile clearing after that. There we go.
Construction complete. System survey complete. Tile blocker cleared.
Waiting for this to finish.
Tile blocker cleared. Construction complete.
This is taking a while, but alright.
Tile blocker cleared. System survey complete. Research complete.
Alright, well, we'll just picking the next one and the next one. What do we want? Still no off-world construction. This is just a repetitive tech, so well, engineering facility or armor. Let's get engineering facility actually. We don't have many of those, but there are some. We might as well upgrade right now.
Construction complete.
Independence guaranteed. How about you? Any? Nope. Still love each other, assholes. Still superior. You're still equivalent, although your fleet power is still superior. We've been building, so that's what, 21,000, and that's another 4, yeah, around 25,000 fleet. Tower, what, 14? Yeah, 15. Well, let's perhaps get a few more of those destroyers. And those destroyers, and I guess keep checking if there's nope. And surface. This is what battleships. All right.
Anomaly found.
Oh, we can build some cruisers too. So let's get a cruiser. Vassalization request. All right. One is actually trying to get us to integrate though, alright.
System survey.
Alright, and this one, surface. Start with Frontier Clinic. And, well, actually do need a little bit more minerals for that, and, well, atmospheric ecosystem.
Construction complete.
Or pretty close to us. We'll, I guess, eventually reach that. And you've finished building that. Let's switch to this view. Definitely start with research stations and continue to mining stations, and then move with mining stations there. This is still not in our world.
Construction complete. System survey complete. Construction complete.
There's an issue that a lot of our worlds is a little bit of everything. That's why I decided to go a bit more hardcore with the newer ones. Let's see if that pays off. Now, should we get at least one more? Yes, we probably should. And that should be this one. We'll need more energy because the moment we, well, once we upgrade this, once we build up to the naval capacity and we undock, basically, this will dip heavily into red. So let us colonize this. Well, simply like that. So this is, of course, going to be an energy-focused world with having 2 battalion power plants. Probably even better than having like plus 20% energy. Oh, at least on the in the whole world, at least when it comes to this specific. Oh, we want influence out of that, so that's another random event.
Tile blocker cleared. System survey complete. Construction complete.
Up is okay, so that's some anomaly. Not in our system. Okay, let's park here. In the meantime, it's probably wise to get solar panel network here, solar panel network here, and probably start working on hydroponic farms in some of those. But I also want to start upgrading that because, well, as you can see, we're running out of naval capacity pretty rapidly. Which also means that once we deal and get that habitability bit, unless we get something extremely interesting, we are going to go for the naval capacity ones next. Let's see. Well, we got shit all over the place. So, I mean, we don't want this. We don't. I mean, if not for the 100 cost, I would actually probably take it. For the you know, maintenance for energy for Unity sale, sure, but well, in this case I'll just grab it because it's the cheapest one and I want different things. So proton torpedoes, physics labs, or the best laser. Frankly, we do need physics labs right now, so I will take physics labs and hope I will get lasers next time around. Alien mural. What would that be? Oh, well, not very useful around here, but sure. And oh right, this construction ship has nothing to do with it, has it? Nope. Well, and the last one, I guess we could start colonizing this bit to get access to all that at some point. Let's see, what is the cost of? So that's 100 for it. 107 plus another 30 to colonize. Well, the surrounding is decent, and at some point they will merge and we will simply get all that is in between, which is, I mean, nothing to write home about, but it adds up. So, and with putting another frontier outpost, let's say, right here, we could possibly force a merger of it all. Especially once we colonize this bit. Yeah, that could work. So the question is, are we going for it right now? Because well, basically, this is a very shitty situation, right? Having 3, 4, 5 worlds now that are not really producing anything. But the thing is that we are okay-ish on the production side of things, and we are reaching the end of our naval capacity, basically, which settling more planets is going to aid with. So let's us actually grab the one more and reach our our actual cap for now. So actually, alright, it doesn't count this one. Damn it! Now that I think about it, we haven't started colonizing it. So we would be one ahead, which is less than ideal. That would hit our energy credits a lot. By around what, 50? Which would put us in the red before any other production that we can start can kick in. Okay, let's wait. I can't really reform the government either. Yes, monthly unity. Let's actually check. We do have still curators inside. Yes, we do. It's there like 5 years apart. It's a bloody miracle that I managed not to forget about the patron, no, the curator inside for like the last 3 or 5 times. I've been like spot on with that, which never happens to me in my out of stream games, out of YouTube games. Alright, I'm going to, go through the planets between the episodes, queue up some construction, some buildings and so on. Nothing too major unless I figure out something major, and then I will tell you in the next episode. Bye.